Hi everybody, it's Kathy from Huckleberry Herbs and Art, and this is just a quick update on what I've been doing and some little new news. First of all, a part of my haul is to have acquired a pair of these Parchment cutting scissors, and I just got this from Amazon, and you've probably seen these before, but essentially that's how you cut with them. The reason I needed them is because one of the things I was working on, and I'll show it to you in just the white first, is with my groovy plates and some flat sheet metal plates. I was trying to get going on my desire to work with parchment paper, embossing and cutting. So you can see it a little bit better when I put this pretty violet paper underneath, and I thought, you know, this is actually going to go really well with Heartfelt Creations because so many of their papers have lovely tones blended in, and I could possibly make some lovely cards with the parchment paper on the outside. So at any rate, I started with, I don't know what the size of that is. It's a, turns into one of the smaller cards when you fold it in half, but it's around, I guess originally it was around 8 inches to, looks like 8 by 6, maybe not, but I used the sheet metal plate to poke all the little holes along the edges and cut. And what happens is, if you don't have the right scissors and you don't come from the correct angle, which is really above, then you end up with not a lovely cut. And I do want to end up, after all those holes have been poked, and I want to get my scalloped edges to look like real parchment paper crafting, I want to be able to cut them properly. So I got the scissors for them, and I used the snowflakes and the ovals from the groovy plate, the scalloped edges, and these pretty flowers, they came from the sheet metal plate. And I did the zigzagging by hand, so I'm trying all the different aspects, and there's plenty of mistakes on this to enjoy. For example, the parchment paper is very fragile, so there's a rip right there. There's the not perfectly cut out edges, and there's puncture wounds from where I went in too far. So I'm learning a lot, and I hope to actually do some videos once I feel like I've gotten this down a little. So that's one thing. I've also been working with my Graphic 45 Time to Flourish, and I'm in the middle of putting together a, hopefully, stand-up calendar for my desk. Just simple. You put the rings on the edge, and I've got, you know, there's March, and I know a lot of you have seen these papers. There's April. I'll show it to you when it's completed, but I'm in the middle of trying to do that, so I have a pretty stand-up calendar. I've also had my Heartfelt Creations busy. These are not completed yet, but I need a lot of thank you notes. So I used the stamp that had the piano with the roses, and this is from the shoes. And of course, huckleberryherbs.zibbit.com if you want anything from Heartfelt Creations. It also had this strip stamp. And I'm not done with it, but I am trying to get some thank you cards out for lovely Christmas things that I received. And this is another part of my haul. So up until now, I have only had the, I think AC Moore, who does this, Fantasia watercolor pencils, and they just weren't cutting it for me. When I hit them with the water, they weren't lucid enough. Okay, so I invested. And Frugal Crafter actually said this is the Derwent Inktense that she would suggest if you could put the money into it and invest. And I really shouldn't have, but I decided, you know, my birthday was January 3rd. There you go. Happy birthday to me. And so I bought the Inktense Derwent 72 pack. And again, I got this from Amazon. The colors are lovely, and I have seen quite a few videos. These are supposed to work quite well when hit with water. And I'll show you down here so you can see the colors that come in the 72 pack. There is a larger pack, and I didn't want to spend another penny. And I think that these two flats, shall we call them, of colored pencils will get me going quite well. in watercolor pencils. So I do want to do some watercolor work. So I have so many things I want to do. The parchment paper, the watercolor, I'm making the calendars, I'm making thank yous. Heartfelt Creations has an awesome, adorable owl. It's all about little owls and the way that they colored them in with their inks. They completely look like they'd be fine for spring and Easter, and I'm very psyched about that. So I just put my order in for those, and I'll be showing videos on those soon. And I also have started my gardening videos. So I'm getting my light rack going. I'm beginning to do some seeds, and I'll be back with hopefully some VRs for some people. So anyway, just a quick update, and when I have time, I'm enjoying all of the videos that you guys have been putting up and watching and learning myself. And I hope you're all doing well and enjoying the beginning of this new year. So far in the Northeast, we are not buried, and I am very grateful for that. And that my family is enjoying some decent health. And I hope you and yours are as well. Okay, I should be back with other things, hopefully created or by the end of this weekend. Especially, I do want to try to do some VRs for people. Till next time, everybody, this is Kathy from Huckleberry Herbs and Art. God bless.